Thanks, Coach. Well, the sun has gone down and the mercury going down as well. To be expected, I guess, here on an autumn night just outside of D.C. at FedEx Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Redskins. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Ready? AT Gator.
Hey, defense, let's go. Watch the ship, watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship, watch the ship. Kill. Hey, turn it up. SOS.
Hard. Tight yard. Hey, Sam on.
15, check 50. Check.
Speed grip.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after it.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
Slam.
So that'll back him up 5.
Good work, boy. Let's go.
The delay of game backs him up 5, first and 15.
It's been a long day for you.
Hey, high 7.
Check my 45. I got him. 45's the mic.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
On the double.
Mike, 45.
Don't let him breathe.
Hey, Delta.
Play outside deep. Don't let him breathe, defense.
Slam. Check 99. Watch the edge.
Look, squeeze.
They're going to look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And that gets him a little room as he'll take this up over the 10-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a game.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Haskins got his man complete over the middle. That's Norman. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
First down, Philadelphia.
On the double. 50. Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
Throwing now, Haskins on first down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
56. Mike 56. We don't want this. Mike 56. Mike 56. Exit. Exit. 56 to Momo. 56. Check 56.
Second and 10. Here's Haskins again. He rifles one that's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Let's go now. 10 Lobo. Check. Hey, Alpha.
You ain't going nowhere.
Now.
41 Mike, right here. 41 Mike. Yeah, let's get that ball again. Let's get that ball right here. 41 Mike. 41 Mike. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Check that.
You're out.
Check safety. Check safety. Let's go.
He'll come out throwing here on first down. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
He's able to get 4 back on the run, but now they'll have to find something here on third and about 14.
Brings up third and 14.
Ready.
Double dog. That's the way.
Ready.
Now back to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
How about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Check that.
Second down, Haskins. He'll dump this off to Cook. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining.
Watch out. Shoot. Watch the shoot.
Third and 2, now Haskins. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
The Redskins take over first and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Silver.
And an alley to run. Now a loose football. The ball comes out.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Down. 8-3.
Okay, double up.
Shoot.
On 1st down, McFarland. He finds an opening past the 40. 34 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On the ground with Bryce Love, the former Stanford Cardinal. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Next, the receivers helped spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Topper. Now.
Got a man, that's Quinn. It's the first time that they've looked his way tonight, and he comes up with a 1st down on the play. 3rd and 4, he did just enough. I mean, just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. Don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
And a solid job using his legs. 16 yards and a 1st down on the keeper.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few.
And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. From 8 yards out, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Get ready.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into 1st downs and hopefully points.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
What we got? 56. Mike, 56, right there.
Now it's Haskins. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Let's go.
It's an Eagles 1st down on a gain of 11. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
On 2nd and inches, Haskins, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right?
Get it.
2nd and 2. Ebron caught left side. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh. Ready.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33, and they will take over at the 29-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown, and pick it off, just as we saw there.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. His throw incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. 3rd down. Here's Haskins. Campbell making the catch. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Check 41. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. 41 Mike, right here. 41 Mike. Go.
Here's a 2nd and 7. On the crossing route, complete. That's Love. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They'll run on first down. McFarland. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Right back to him on first down. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A Redskin first down. The pickup 15 yards.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Check 45's the mic. Check 45's the mic. I'm here all day.
Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45.
Let's get the ball. Check 3. Check 3. Check.
Hey, lock it.
Check 26. Check 26.
Check 52.
You go tight. You got tight.
Snap.
Back to throw here. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. 2nd and 15. He's got his man on the crossing route. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
Echo.
41's coming. 41's the mic. Defense wins championships, baby.
They'll drop the throw. And that is incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, and we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that right there is something we've seen, 15 times in NFL history. That will officially go down as a 60-yard field goal.
And everything has to be absolutely perfect for this to have any chance. He's got to get it out low and really drive through it. And I tell you, that was one heck of a kick. One heck of a decision on the sideline to even try it as well.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Check the backer. Check the backer.
Here's Haskins to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, this is a guy who is already among an elite group of kickers that have hit from 60-plus in an NFL game, but that's a tough ask to try and get him to produce another one here.
You're exactly right. It's elite group for a reason, isn't it? No small feat for him to hit it from that distance. This one doesn't go through. I always marvel at those guys because it's the same approach every time, the same smoothness when they swing their leg. Doesn't look like they're putting anything extra even when they're kicking it for 60-plus.
So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. On 2nd and 9, Haskins got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
You better be running.
On 1st down, it's Haskins. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Paris Campbell with touchdown number 7 on the year. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. A gain of 6 there on 1st. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 2nd down now, it's Johnson. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
45, hey, rock it.
A play action fake. They'll look to throw. Ebron with it over the middle. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
And now time will be called here as we've got an injured Redskin down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first. Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, Whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
Hey, 4-1's Mike, 4-1's Mike. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. 41's the Mike, 41's the Mike. Check, 41.
They'll look to throw here. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They did what they had to do to start this 3rd quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
First down, here's the run with Cook. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. 56. Mike, 56. It's our time. It's our time.
56 to Mike.
From midfield now, Haskins. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Got it.
Check Mike 45. Check Mike 45.
You.
On first down, McFarland. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Ready.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard.
Go.
41 Mike. Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up.
Bang. Gone.
2nd down and inches. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
That's good for the Washington Redskins. First down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Motion. 41's coming. 41's the Mike. Check.
Check. Lucky. Get it.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Terry McLaurin with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Sanders on for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
Makes the score Redskins 24.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man. A big seam, and he might go all the way. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Touchdown.
Paris Campbell with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Eagles get a score closer. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
The Redskins take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
On the ready.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. It's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11. So from the 36 now, first and 10. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Down. And Lobo.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
On the double.
Check 45,
Hey, Charlie.
Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Come on, baby. Come on.
5.
Back to throw now on first down. David Johnson here on the catch. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Well, where do you find that one in the playbook, Charles?
You don't. You absolutely don't. And sometimes what happens is guys want to make a big play, and they turn it into a really bad one. Sometimes you're best just to cut your losses and go down. I hope we don't see another play like that. I'll guarantee you the offensive coordinator, he's looking at his play sheet. He can't find it either.
Yeah, big loss there on the pass completion. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 17 yards that time and a Washington first. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a first and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Yes, yes.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
check, check,
Rock it.
check, check. Fresno.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. First and 15.
Switch. Alert 3. Watch safety creep.
Bam.
He's creeping. Watch twist. Watch the twist.
Look at me. Go.
Check 3.
Hey. Deep grip.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Check Mike 45. Check Mike 45.
Snap.
2nd and 5. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Looking to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again.
Now that's a big pickup right there, and so often we focus on how the quarterback's faking on play action. How about everyone being in on the deal and picking it up?
2nd, 3rd levels, you could see them trying to recover. They bit. Worked out offensively. The tackle made there by Jared Davis. Well, no doubt here in the 4th quarter, this is a huge defensive series.
Hey, they can read the scoreboard. They realize if they give up a field goal here, this game might be out of reach. They understand the stakes and are playing accordingly.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. All you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. 2nd, 3rd guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
41's the mic. Hey, let's get in them holes.
On 3rd down, McFarland. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Sanders' kick is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Again, it's Cook. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Not ideal there. That delay of game backs him up 5 yards, so now they need 7 yards on 3rd down. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
A 5-yard pickup. It's now 4th down.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. So a victory here for the Washington Redskins, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through, and they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Washington, the final 2 weeks are going to tell the story for them as they move to 9-5 with a win. And they'll get another home date next week as the Patriots will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, it's a loss that could hurt come playoff seeding time as they fall to 11-3. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire